Happy Friday. Happy weekend. It's time for a live stream. Today, it's a live stream about nothing. Um, but uh, but I actually find these live streams somewhat restorative for me, and I have had one hell of a week. So I need a little restoration, and I like hanging out with you guys. So I figured I'd just fire up the camera. We can check out the newest Sanderson book that came in the mail. We can look at the last episode. It was the Leviathan Falls Part 2 that was lost and then was found. We can check that out, make sure that that's good to post and get that up there. But I almost waited an extra like 3 to 5 minutes because it's Friday afternoon. I had a heck of a week, and I made cheesecake. Um, whatever day that was, I don't know. It's been a few days. Um, and you know what? My cheesecake is so good. I feel bad for the rest of the world that isn't eating it. It's really it's too bad for all the rest of you because it's lemon cheesecake. Okay, so all right, here, let me for all you foodies out there, see that lemon curd glaze on the top, and then the cheesecake itself is lemon flavored, lightly lemon flavored. Got a little bit of zest, a little bit of juice in there. You guys, it's the greatest cheesecake of all time. Okay, the famous lemon cheesecake. Yes, yes, it is. It should be. You know what? Like, this is probably my $1 million idea: is to, you know, do what those bakeries do, like in Chicago or New York, where they ship all over the country. Um, will the stream contain spoilers for Leviathan? No, no, no. We're not going to get into spoilers. I'm just talking about posting the episode, so I might like check out the audio and make sure it's okay, but not in any parts that are going to give you spoilers. So no worries. But let's say hi to everybody. Linnea, hello, Alex, Murph, and Lady Sweden. You know what? I had you in mind, literally, when I couldn't do the stream last night. Couldn't do the stream last night, and I thought, should I reschedule? Yes, I should, because I can reschedule for tomorrow when Lady Sweden can join, and I miss having you around. So I'm glad you're here. Um, I should raffle a cheesecake off at the meetup. You know what? That's not a bad idea at all. Yeah, I should. It takes hours and hours and hours to make. This is one of those like from scratch recipes that there are no shortcuts with this. So you guys, this is so stupid. Oh, all right. Should we check out a book? We got the Dragon Steel box came in. It gets really dented up in the mail. Thank goodness. They tend to pack these really well. Let's see. Let's get that cheesecake out of here. Got to remove the temptation. I don't want to be chewing in your ears this whole time. So, I've already opened this, so it's not like still packed up the way it came. But this quarter, if you signed up for the Brandon Secret projects, then this quarter we got the Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. Now, as most of you know, I was a beta reader for the last one, for Tress of the Emerald Sea, but I did not beta read this one, so I have not read this one, but I hear it is so much fun. So I'm actually looking forward to reading it. Let's see what else came in this box. All right. Garbage. Oh, you guys, I'm so tired. All right. Oh, easy. All right, this one is pretty light. There wasn't like a ton of stuff that came in it. Got the paper, we wrapped it up. A note from Brandon. You guys, There you go. You can read that if you like. Honestly, this is if we were to do another if we were to do another video on prose, this would be a paragraph where it's like, somebody grab your blue pencil. Come on, somebody needed to get a blue pencil on this one. Um, depreciate. Now, I mean, does it make sense? Yes, it makes sense, but it just kind of clangs off the ear. It's too formal and Latin to be truly, quotable and quippy. Um, so not my favorite Brandon quote that he's ever written. But let's see what we've got with this. There's the card that tells you what the box contains. Um, the the bookmark. There we go. Got the bookmark. It's very glossy. It's pretty thick. It's plastic, I believe. Maybe cardboard, but I think plastic. So, but yeah, that's good. You don't want obviously you don't want a bookmark to be too thick. Sometimes you get those like primo metal bookmarks, and they're unusable because they like ruin the spine of your book. They're so thick. There's this sticker, the Frugal Wizard sticker. Meet Mervin. He's a wizard. No, he's not for sale yet. That's Mervin the wizard. I know it's hard for this camera to figure out what to focus on. There we go. So I got the sticker, and then lastly, a character pin, and this is can we? Yeah, focus, Vasher, and Nightblood. So, I could raffle that off too. I don't think that I will ever use that, but it's fun to have. So there you go. Really, I just wanted the book, and I got the book. So there you go. You're too formal in Latin. That's that's not true. If we depending on your definition of Latin, because I am approximately the whitest person I know, with the possible exception of you. uh, that was mean. Let's see. Where's it? I need to read mine. I flipped through the artwork. It looks really promising. Yeah, it does. It is. The artwork is really good. I don't think it spoils anything if we just show kind of like, yeah, like there's really good illustrations in here. One thing I know about it is that it's just a weirdly structured book. So you get a lot of like interruptions, FAQs, because it really is like the Frugal Wizard's handbook. And so there's lots of those stylistic interruptions. But that can be really fun. I am curious about this because this is Brandon having fun, which is a dangerous proposition to me. Because when Brandon is having fun, he's probably trying to be funny, and sometimes it lands for me. It really does. I am not somebody who thinks that Brandon is not funny, but it often doesn't land for me. And so, kind of like with Edge Dancer, it's like, okay, a whole book of Brandon flexing his sense of humor. How's this going to go? But I have it on good authority from people who feel similarly to how I feel, that it is a lot of fun and is pretty funny. So, okay. Do you know when the episode is planned for Frugal Wizard? Seems like copies are going out much faster this time. Yeah, they must have figured something out. Let me look at the calendar. I don't think we have anything on the calendar yet for this, and so I believe the earliest it would come out would be like the end of next month, um, something like that. Oh, there are five Mondays next month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we may end up skipping a week next month. Because for the patrons, I try never to do more than 4 episodes in a month. I mean, I never charge for more than 4, but I also, whatever, you get it. Okay. Edge Dancer was fantastic though. I didn't love it. I like the story. I love the world that he's created, and so there are aspects of Edge Dancer that I did enjoy quite a bit. Um, but being with Lift that much wore me down. I don't care much for Lift as a character, so so I didn't love Edge Dancer the way that I know a lot of people do, and that's okay. We don't have to love everything at 100% capacity at all times. Let's see. Artwork contains things that don't actually appear in the story, which is cool. Oh yeah, there you go. When did you guys all get your copies of this? Mine came 3-4 days ago, something like that. But I know that they stagger their shipping. So, okay. Is there anything else we want to know about Edge Dancer? I do want to like it should be printed the same as the other as Tress. So if I look through this, yeah, so it's glued. They've got the fake like ribbon or cloth sewn edge up top. I may not be able to go for a full hour. My throat is already scratching up like crazy. Mine hasn't come in. Boo this man. Hey, we all have our own tastes. That's fine. My taste skews heavily toward lemon cheesecake. Mm. All right. Got my copy a few days ago on the 14th. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's about when I got mine. Mine was in the first batch. I wonder if they're like, all right, what's the furthest away? We'll send that one first so that it'll get there at the same time as we send it to the guy who lives in an hour up the road. How's my voice feeling? Sounds a little rough. Yeah, it is. It's very rough. I'll tell you guys a little bit about my week. Most of it'll be boring, so I'll skip over most of it. But basically, I quit my full-time job 2 years ago ish. Yeah, almost exactly. Wow. Um, not because the Legendarium can support me full time, but because I had clients that hire me to do their podcasts, their YouTube channels, their whatever. I had enough of that where I could quit my job. It was great, fantastic. And most of the time, I work fewer hours than I used to. So I get to spend more time with kids and spend more time working on the house or the yard or whatever. And so like that's all great. But every once in a while, there's a week that comes where it's not that way. This was one of those weeks. I had one of the most um, complex podcasts that I've ever had to do. And the finished product isn't even that impressive. Like you wouldn't know listening to it, you wouldn't know how much work went into it. But I had to, like, on the side over the weekend, I had to interview 4 people so I had to interview them for 10 minutes and then get the 40 minutes of audio and video and chop it up into 4 different segments of about 2 minutes apiece. Um, and so like that's hard work all by itself, just getting those 4 pieces of 2 minutes. And then we had to record the longest episode that we've ever done for that show. And then I had to edit that. And then I had to splice in the other ones and whatever. Anyway, so a podcast that's normally a few hours of work was like days solid of stressful, tough work. And I kind of lost my voice. And anyway, and it didn't let up. So I should say yesterday, it did let up. I couldn't do the live stream because I had my kid's baseball game. But I like basically took yesterday off. I did not do anything because I was so wiped out. But yeah, so 2 baseball games, lots of podcasting, lots of YouTubing, and my voice is shot. So I didn't know this was an ASMR food live stream. Yeah, I'm trying not to like lean in as I smack my lips with lemon cheesecake. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah, this is my last piece. So anyway, so yeah, is my voice scratchy? Yes, absolutely. Um, let's see. I got mine a few weeks ago. The humor was mostly okay, but bugged me by the end. Yeah. Um, yeah, there you go. Jonathan's review. I'm with you on the cheesecake. Yeah. It's so when I lived in France, I used to do this thing. If there would be like a neighborhood party or something, um, people would say, "Hey, we're all gonna kind of potluck, right? And so you got to bring something." And I'd say, "Okay, I'm gonna bring cheesecake, un gâteau de fromage," in French, a cake of cheese. they, they would look at me like I had sprouted a third head. Um, a cheesecake, a cake of cheese, and I'm like, "Just trust me, you're going to love it." And they'd look at me like I was completely crazy. And I would make it with their version of cream cheese. They don't have, Philadelphia cream cheese or what have you there, but they have creamy cheeses like that. Some of them are even tastier, I think. So I'd make it out of that and take a cheesecake. And you should have seen these French people. They thought I was magic with an oven. That's a compliment. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Humor was okay, but it mostly bugged me by the end. Oh wow, it goes for almost 400 pages. Luckily, I will say this: the pages, or like the script. I'll go to the postscript, so there's no spoilers or anything. Um, the margins are good. The typeface is nice and large with decent spacing. So 400 pages, but like 400 easy pages, it seems like. But still, if you're not digging on the humor, that's 400 pages of Brandon's humor. So, all right, what else are we gonna do? Let's check out what's going on with today's episode. Because as you guys know, I missed an episode last Monday because I didn't have the audio. Then I found the backup audio, and I think I already edited it together, but let's find out. Okay. Give you guys a little peek into this. Let's see, where are we looking? Where are we looking? Yeah, we can put this up here. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was my episode with Nadia Uddin. I embarrassingly misspelled her last name on like everything I put out, on the thumbnail, on the titles, everything. I misspelled her last name. I put an E on the end when there's no E, and I knew that, but I was tired, I was stressed, and she emailed me later. She's like, "Can you fix that?" Like, oh no, I was so sorry. It was bad. Okay, but we should have a video episode. No, this is going the wrong way. There we go. Okay, it'd be 402, Leviathan Falls Part 2. Hey, how about that? So now we don't want this to blow your ears out. So let's see how this goes.
Welcome to the Legendarium. We are the blue team,
and today we are going to be talking about Twilight.
So it's all right.
They don't know this,
but you can hear how harsh that audio comes in, and that's because I had this piece of equipment. I wonder if I can't really pick it up and show you. It's my video switcher. So as you go through the episode and the camera changes perspectives. Come on, Ken. There you go. Yeah, when that camera changes perspectives, it's this little device where you just push a button, it switches the camera. Simple as that. And it does have an audio in that I use as the backup because the audio that comes in from that, it's very distorted. It's got a lot of interference. It's not very good for recording audio. It's great for recording video. but I use it as backup, and I realized that I had that backup audio. And so instead of making the three of them come in and re-record, I said, let me see if I can use that. And I think it worked out okay. So
Picked like books 4 through 9 is the Twilight. How many books are there? 8?
9.
Oh,
There's
okay.
9. There's 9. You guessed correctly on that.
yeah, so you'll hear them, like when they get a little bit loud, it distorts the audio. It's called clipping, and there's a lot of that, but it's listen toable, and so I think it's good enough to go. So, okay. You should see the number of times I spell check an author's name when I've read like 20 of their books. Hey, yeah, and I'm going to do that again. I used to be a lot more careful, and then you know how it is. You get complacent. I hadn't made a mistake a mistake like that in years and years. And so you get complacent, and then you make the mistake, and now I'll be a whole lot more vigilant going forward. Okay. All right. So we've got an episode. Let's do this. Let's go. Let me I was doing work for a client earlier today, so I want to make sure I'm not like sharing anything out of school here. Yeah, I think we're good. Log out. Oh, come on. Okay, let's make us a thumbnail. Okay, let's make a thumbnail. If we go share that again. So I use Canva for my thumbnails because you know what? It didn't start that great, but Canva has gotten really good, I think. Oh, and this is going to be so easy. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, you guys. Can't tell you how much this means to me. When all I have to do is go in here and do that. That's it. That's the entire thumbnail. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, shut up. There we go. Oh my gosh. That's so simple. All right. While that is going, let's go ahead and get logged in on the YouTube, which, by the way, has hit 11,000 subscribers. So for the, 8 of you here, I'm assuming you're subscribed. So thank you very much. It's really cool to see that. But let's go ahead and create an episode here. We're going to upload this. I've had Little Red bugging me about stop being a perfectionist, stop being lazy, put some videos on the channel that aren't just the episodes. And I know I need to, and I will, but it's hard. It's especially this week. Okay, I guess I can share that again. All right, so we're going to upload that same episode. Oh, that's right. I've got a Patreon episode that I can put up with me and Todd talking Wheel of Time. Maybe I can work on that this weekend. That'd be great. Okay. We're going to put that guy up. That'll take a few minutes to upload. It's not a tiny file. I mean, it's an hour of, I think it's in 4K. It might just be 1080p. Either way, it's a lot of data. Let's see. We'll upload that thumbnail. Okay, there we go. What are we going to even say about this? First of all, we should have a playlist for The Expanse. Now that it's done, we definitely should have one, so I can put that together. Oh, Neil Stevenson always makes me check. Yeah, absolutely. Is it S-O-N or S-E-N? Is it N-E-A-L or is it N-I-E-L or is it, like Niall Ferguson is a writer that I've read before, and it's Niall, stuff like that. We're the most important 8. Absolutely. It's 6 of you now. So let's see. I have a coworker's last name I always need to double check. Well, yeah, especially because they're Swedish and that's hard to spell. Okay, you know what? Let's look at come on. Go away. Yes, I do. We're going to go in here and see what I wrote for the last episode. Yeah, we'll use that as our baseline text here. I know that's too small for you to read. I whatever. Sorry. I don't think I can. Oh yeah, I guess I can blow it up a little bit. Hmm. I have this habit when I'm writing out these descriptions that I always put the whoever's hosting it, their name tends to go first, and um, for basically for the reason of podcasting with them together for 9 years now, Todd and Ken is just it's how those names have to go in my head. Like it's hard for me to say Ken and Todd. Um, and so Stephanie, like in these Expanse episodes, and it would happen when we were doing Dresden, and it was oh, sorry, oh man. Anyway, but point being, Stephanie's name would often get relegated to third position, and I like that I'm finding a way this time to put her up front because at this point, it's kind of about Stephanie's experience with the books. I think. Ken still has to go second though after Todd. I can't do it. I can't put Ken first. Not just phonically, it makes no sense in my head. Okay. There we go. Okay. I think that's looking pretty good. Oops. What was this? 402. There we go. Now we can put a few of these in. Let's go Expanse. 4,000 videos under that. Let's see. Oh, nobody's using that. Well, whatever. Oh, you know what? Do science fiction. There we go. I like it. Okay. Hardest name you've encountered. Oh, for Lady Sweden. Nice. Oh, did you miss the announcement of which book and series the crew will cover? Yeah, we kind of talked about it on previous live streams, which obviously were tough for you to attend. Those are available, by the way, if you ever want to go back and watch them. It's not the same live if you can't participate. I know that, but they are there. But we're doing Redwall first. I think it's Redwall, Game of Thrones, and I say that deliberately, not A Song of Ice and Fire. We're going to do 3 Redwall books, and then it's A Wrinkle in Time and A Game of Thrones. So those are the ones that won out. That's a great question, though. Getting through a series that long when you aren't enjoying it is a feat of strength. Absolutely. No, Stephanie's amazing. What a woman. Yeah, she's awesome. She joined. I mean, she had kind of appeared once or twice on the podcast in the past, I think. But she got more involved. I want to say like what 2 years ago, something like that. It's just been awesome. She's such an asset to the podcast. Yeah, we'll just leave that there. Okay. And yep. Sorry guys, we are monetizing this. For all like the thing is thousands of people will listen to the podcast, but only a couple hundred will ever watch it, which is fine. That's as it should be, right? Um but I monetize it anyway because you know what? That's 75 cents I wouldn't get otherwise, or whatever it turns out to be. Okay, we'll throw an end screen on there. Okay, our normal end screen. We want to do, let's see, the best for the viewer. Yep. In case you guys ever wondered how these YouTube videos, like how all that end screen stuff gets on there. Let's see. Let's put definitely the Leviathan Falls Part 1 up there so people will know. This is like what appears in that top right corner. Yeah, you see it right there. So we can do another one. That was actually a really good episode. I like that one. And let's do one more. Maybe two more. Let's do Brent Weeks. Brent Weeks spinning the wheel. That was a lot of fun. I think, yeah, people should enjoy that more and again. Now, first of all, I know your TBR list. I saw on Discord earlier today that it's you're finally whittling it down. So I don't mean to add too much to it. So the good news is you do not need to add the entire series. There are 22 Redwall books. We are not doing 22 books. We are doing 3, and they're very quick. They're short. They're written for children, and so they're very easy to read. Wrinkle in Time, similar, although I think it has a lot deeper themes than Redwall, but similarly easy to read and short. And then a Game of Thrones, obviously the polar opposite of those two, but only one book. We may end up doing more books on the podcast. It's possible. I don't want to say that we're not going to do that, but we're committing to do one book. So let's see. Checks. Oh yeah, we'll wait for that. So this is like the upload is complete. They have to process the file. So right now you could watch it in standard definition, but it has to process up to high definition. And I honestly can't remember if it's if this is in 4K. And it's not going to tell me here. Oh yeah, okay, it's in 1080p. All right. So yeah, it just has to go up to 1080p. That's actually good news. So it won't take quite so long to process. But it's also going to check to make sure we don't have any like copyrighted content. So let's go ahead and schedule this for today. Let's see, right now it is 2:30 my time. So let's schedule it for, let's give it plenty of time to process. Let's go with about 3:30 p.m. Oh, excuse me. So there we go. And scheduled. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Well, there you go. That's done. And I am going to pull that page up because now we have to do the audio version. Okay. So, audio version. Go in here. And let's go to our new episode. All right. Now I can pull this back up. Okay, so we're going to choose a file to upload. Storage. MP3 episodes. Come on. Oh. There we go. Leviathan Falls 2. And we're going to choose a new image. Downloads. On this, we just grab this part of that thumbnail. I am curious, what podcatcher do you guys use? Because not all of them grab this this image. Some of them do, some of them don't. But for those that do, I think it's it's kind of nice to have something that tells you what you're listening to and who's going to be talking. Just at a glance. That's why I do the thumbnails that way. It's not very complicated, I suppose. This is number 402. Let's double check. Leviathan Falls Part 1. I did not do it in all caps, so let's take that down. Oops. Yeah. Is it LE? Yeah, Leviathan Falls. I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, LE. Okay. Leviathan Falls Part 2. We'll just grab the same thing. Oops. Oh, come on. You can do it. All right. Then we'll grab these from there. I don't think I have Expanse, and I'm not allowed any more tags, so I think I just have to use sci-fi. Okay. We're going to schedule for today at 15:30. Okay. Simple as that. Let's see. It's been messing up your podcast for me. Yeah, who knows? It could be that it's not playing nicely with Podbean, the service that I use to create the RSS feed. It could be any number of things. There we go. So, yeah, let's just get rid of that. Podcast Addict. I think that's what I'm using. Podcast Addict. We're doing Redwall in publication or chronological order? That's a great question. I believe what we're going to do is Redwall first. That's the first published one. It's not the first one I ever read, but we'll do Redwall first, and then Mossflower. That's the first one I ever read, and then I believe Martin the Warrior after that. Subject to change, but right now that's the plan. Whew. All right. I used to use Podbean, but swapped to Spotify. Yeah, Spotify, honestly, it's not my favorite, but it is nice to have like everything together. It's like I want to listen to a thing, turn on Spotify. I know they've started doing audiobooks, but it's not quite there yet. Obviously Audible is much more of a thing. But otherwise, it's nice to think if I'm listening to something, pop on Spotify. That being said, I hate their search function when it comes to podcasts because you can't like if I go on Spotify, and I pull up, let's see. Okay, yeah, let's pull up Spotify. There we go. Like all I want is a search function here. Yes, I know there's a search over here, but it's a universal search over all of Spotify. And there's no way for me to search within one show. And so it's like if I want to know if the Legendarium has covered, I don't know, the Scions of Shannara. But I can type that into here, but it's going to search all of Spotify. It drives me crazy that you can't search within one show. So Podcast Addict is the best. I agree. It's one of those things where I was editing a podcast earlier today about how to find and choose the best dental CPA. Okay, all right, just calm down, everybody. My life is very exciting, but But the point, one of the questions was like, do you like how do you choose the right CPA? One of the questions you ask them is, what other services do you provide? And it's a trick question because um, they want to sound like, hey, we're your one-stop shop. We can do everything for you. So we'll be your CPA, your bookkeeper. We'll do your payroll, your banking, your investing. We'll be your financial advisor. All these things. And the point he was making was, you don't want them to say that. You want them to say, we do accounting, bookkeeping, and maybe payroll. But the idea just being like, focus, just do one thing and do it really well, and I'll pay you for that. That's how I feel about Podcast Addict. It's like they do one thing and they figured it out and they do it really well. So that was a long way to say, yeah, I agree. Spotify search is terrible. Absolutely. I'm an open source fascist. Wow. Wow. Okay. This is quite the admission we're getting. I use the search function within a certain podcast a lot on Podcast Addict. Yeah, when you've got 402 episodes now in 45 minutes, when you got 402 episodes, and you like, if you pull up, where to go? Like, we could do this for a long, long time. We're not even a quarter of the way through. Here, the thing is, it says 402 episodes. It's actually like 430-ish, something like that. Because like there was a time right around here when I wasn't numbering everything. I was like, oh, this isn't a real episode. It's only 15 minutes long. This isn't a real episode. We just hung out with Brent Weeks and talked to him about story endings. Like of course it's a real episode. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, oh, but it's not about a book or it's not about a show, so it doesn't count. It doesn't deserve a number. And it was so stupid. But I don't know. I feel like it would be even more hectic to go back and try to change everything now. Anyway, yeah, you can do this for a long, long time on Spotify. We're not even halfway through yet. Anyway, you get the idea. So yeah, I love a good search function. Sounds of Shannara was the first you ever read. Oh, that's cool. I kind of like that. As a series, that's probably my favorite Shannara series. I do have some affection for the Voyage of the Gerald Shannara, but give them negative episode numbers. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, guys, we've got an episode. It's scheduled to go in 45 minutes, and I am, as you can hear, my voice is getting scratchier and scratchier as we go. I don't think I'm going to make it the full hour, but that's okay. It's nice to hang out for a little while, and this was the live stream. What was it? Seinfeld was the show about nothing. This was the live stream about nothing. Just it's nice to hang out, check out a Brandon book, post an episode, give you guys a little peek behind the curtain, I suppose. But I think I'm gonna head out for the day. Hope you enjoy your weekend. No podcast app gets such preferential performance. Oh yeah. This is why I don't like Apple. They make stuff that works, and then they make sure that nothing else works. If you use the thing that works, you're not allowed to have anything else that works. It drives me crazy. I want to go eat my cheesecake. Yeah, I do. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play some Zelda with my kid. A little Tears of the Kingdom. It's going to be a great afternoon. I am not going to work anymore, so help me. I am done for the week. I hope you are too. Have a good one, everybody. I'll see you next week.